Match day here at St James's Park against Nottingham Forest. This is a big one. Come on, you know that, you know it, mate. Come on, indeed. I'm looking forward to this one. Now, it's a weird one because our next game is Liverpool away. And I don't want to be that guy, but we're playing them in a cup final in a few weeks. And I don't want this to give away all our tactics in that Liverpool game. So I'm almost accepted for us to go out against Liverpool at Anfield, put 5 at the back, get the B team out, get all the players out that we never ever play, and just kick Liverpool. Just go in there and just go out there to be arseholes, basically. Just go out there to ruin their time and just to hurt their players ahead of the final, which I would never ever want to say as a football fan. But in a horrible tactical point of view, I'm nervous for them, so I kind of want just to go out against Liverpool Wednesday and just to be a nuisance, basically. So let's see what we do for that one. But this one against Forest is an absolute must-win today. No questions about it. No way going around it. We need to beat Forest today. If they win against us, I believe they're going 9 points clear of us in the league table. We're just not catching that. There is no way we're catching them. And they've been phenomenal this season. I mean, fair play to Forest, because I remember coming out of the game at the City Ground earlier in the season, and Forest at the time deserved to be in the top 4, but the reality was it was still early in the season. They lost to us and lost to Arsenal at the Emirates, and you're kind of feeling like, well, you know, Forest have done well, we're going to have a good season, but it looks like they may drop out. No, that has not been the case. They've went through a very hectic December period and they've stayed in the top 4. Through January, top 4. Heading towards the end of February, top 4. They're still in the top 4 and they've got a real chance of getting it. I feel like, in their point of view, considering 5th becomes a Champions League spot, they need to get Champions League football. I think Forest can do it, and I'm going to say I think Forest will do it. I think they deserve to. So far this season, they are my team of the season, so if they can see it out 100%, I think they're the team of the season this year. But for us today, we've got to just do it. We've got to go out there, we've got to beat Forest, we've got to just hopefully kill off their confidence a little bit, and just to make sure we're out trying to be horrible. If Newcastle was to get in the top 5 this season, I think Forest may need to come out for us to do that. So let's get out there today. Let's take it to them. We need to be a top-class performance and we need to win the game. Because I was not pleased with City last week. But Bournemouth lost. Bournemouth somehow lost to Wolves yesterday. The result went heavily in our favour. I was really scared of Bournemouth this season, especially the last 2 matches. I felt like if any team was going to do it, it would be them. And they lost to Wolves, so that's got Newcastle into it. Let's just get the job done today, and the results, let's continue to hope that the results are going to go our way. I mean, that's a horrendous mistake from Jacob Murphy there. He's lost possession of the ball. You're talking 25 yards outside the box. Nick Pope just beat him straight away. I mean, what are we doing there? We've actually started the game all right, Newcastle. Open 5 minutes, we're on Forest, and then we've just lost the ball in such a horrendous spot. That's a really bad goal for us, I see. There he is. I mean, honestly, our best player all game, Lewis Murray, has got us back into the game. Deserved that goal. Good last week against City, and I think he's been top draw again today. Newcastle's had a lot of control, a lot of time on the ball. But not being able to find the back of the net until now. Get in there! 100% deserved he's won in this game. Go on. Yes! Get in there! Come on! 2 goals in the space of 5 minutes. I mean, the ball's bumbling absolutely everywhere, and I don't know who's got the final touch. Just long as it's not offside. Here's a second goal for Newcastle. Right, Newcastle let the ball go out of play. I am convinced we have a penalty. Yeah, they're checking it with VAR. I think it's one of the most clear and obvious penalties you'll see all season. They cross the ball in, comes off a Forest player's hand. If it's not a natural body position, which it doesn't look like it to me, I think it's a convinced pen. I am convinced that is a pen. He's taken some look here. I don't know how it's taken this long. I think it's honestly one of the most glaring cut penalties I'm ever going to give.
Yeah!
There we go, and he has given it. Made a bit of drama out of that. Well, if you cross any cross in this day and age, if your VAR is always going to catch you, it's going to show it here. I mean, that is obvious. How has that took so long? That is obvious. It's like steps up to put Newcastle 3-1 up half an hour into the game. This is real control to score 3 goals in the space of 10 minutes. Big moment. Oh my God, that has to be one of the worst penalties I've ever seen going. Sells has made a meal out of that. I can barely even celebrate because that pen was just that bad, but oh my God. That is hilarious. That was not even winning. Yeah, I mean, Sells has definitely made a mistake there. I can't even celebrate that, to be honest. Oh, that was horrific by hit this side, but it's found the back of the net. So they all count. I mean, he's like chipped it down the middle and the goalkeeper then palmed it in the goal. How is that even winning? That is so funny. Come Newcastle again. This is ridiculous. This. Oh my God! 4 goals in 10 minutes. 4-1. Oh my word. Yeah, look, they're going. They're legit going home. It's the 35th minute. They're going home. That's astonishing. Now, look at them all. We see this against Tottenham a couple of years ago. They're actually going home. That's mental. The 34th minute and they're actually going. Yeah, this reminds me a lot of Tottenham from a couple of years ago. Only this time, Forest actually scored first. But yeah, that's mental. That is a top half of Newcastle, dominant throughout. Forest with audible boos towards their players, and I don't know what I'll see in their point of view, but I think Newcastle have, without a doubt, been the deserving winners. Well, Forest have got a goal back into the game, and I mean, it has been coming from a mile away. Newcastle is obviously 4-1 up, not really that arse went this half. And they gave them half an hour to get 2 more. Is it game on? It might be if we don't wake up. Well, we're entering the 90th minute now. Only 3 minutes of added time, but Forest have got their 3rd goal.
3 minutes for additional time to be added. 3 minutes.
Well, they've got 3 minutes to go for. I don't think that's enough time for them. We just need to do our job. We just need to hold on. They're not happy about that, but as long as there's nothing wrong with that goal, Forest have got 3 minutes to chase the game. Just go, you're on your own. Go on, just go. Gordon's coming on your left. Has he seen him? No, he hasn't seen him, but that is going to be full time. That was nervous. Forest, to be fair, came out in the second half and properly went for that game. You can see all the players are lying on the floor. There's loads of the Forest players down. They've worked their absolute arses off there. But the 4-1 half-time has just completely killed them off. Newcastle half-arsed it. And they knew scoring 3 goals in a half year would be a near impossible job for Forest. Full time here at St James's Park. Newcastle United 4, Nottingham Forest 3. Just about got there in the end. It was a real nervy last few minutes of the game. Newcastle have clung on and we are beating Nottingham Forest. We are now 5th in the Premier League table and we are 3 points behind Nottingham Forest, a team who has Arsenal and Manchester City in their next 2 matches. So just as long as Newcastle win one of our next 2 games and they lose both of theirs, Newcastle's above them. It's that simple. So for us, massive win today, and I feel like the reaction to social media is going to be somewhat negative towards Newcastle. I disagree with that, and I'm going to explain why shortly. But as always, we speak about the opposition fans first, and I have to say, top draw today, Forest. Fans are good. I thought Forest, especially the attitude and mentality in that second half. I mean, fair play to them, especially going 4-1 down. You've got to look at the manner of the goals Newcastle scored as well. First goal was brilliant by Lewis Murray, deflection. Awful penalty the keeper should have saved. Deflection again. So it'll be quite a deflating 11 minutes in the match for Forest, but they conceded 4 goals in that time. They come out in the second half and to kind of go at Newcastle like that, despite being 4-1 down. They were good. They gave it a real good go today. Now, in Newcastle's point of view, we did half-arse it. We didn't give 100%, but I actually aren't going to criticise that. I agree with it to some respect. Now, you've got to remember the obvious point. We have a cup final in 3 weeks' time. If we went out in that second half against Nottingham Forest, a team that we are already 4-1 up against, and let's say every 50-50 we're going in for it, every run we're sprinting full burst at the Forest players, every area we're going for our heads. All it takes is one bad fall, one tackle, one injury, and you're out. That's it. You're out of a cup final in 3 weeks. It's Newcastle. We do have to half-arse it at times. City, unexcusable last week because we did it for 90 minutes, but today we were forward up, so in a tactical point of view, you've got to remember we can't allow our players to get injured, so I would much rather us kind of put on a half-arse, perhaps a bit of a safe second half performance, if it meant Newcastle wins the game still and Newcastle doesn't get any injuries. I would much rather us do that than for us to go guns blazing in the second half like we did in the first half, win maybe 7-8-1, and then all of a sudden have 2 or 3 injuries. We just can't allow our players to get injured. Forest were there for the taking in the second half. We probably could have went for it more, but we didn't, and that allowed them to come into the game. I didn't think Forest were great though when the game mattered. Of course, the first half was a big one, and I know Newcastle's goals went in our favour, whereas if it wasn't too much Forest could have done about it. But Newcastle controlled a lot of that first half. Forest basically scored their only chance. They had a couple of half chances towards the end of the half, but they scored straight away inside 5 minutes, and Newcastle just battered them. But I think we had about 70% of the ball at half time, so as good as Forest were in the second half, Newcastle were better in the first half. And even though 4-1 may seem harsh to Forest, Newcastle were by far the team that was deserving to win at half time. But again, great attitude, great mentality from them. Came out second half and completely changed the game in their favour. Newcastle were pushed their limit. Newcastle found it awkward. Our players were a bit nervous, a bit under the cosh perhaps, but Newcastle were just able to hang in there, able to cling on, and for me, I'm not going to complain about it. I've got a feeling that you guys watching this video may be a bit more critical than I was, but you've got to remember, we won the game, that's what we're here to do. Liverpool on Wednesday. I am dreading that fixture so much. I just wish it wasn't happening before the cup final. And I've said at my intro, and you guys may disagree with me, but I still would just put out the B team. Now, if we were to put out our start 11, let's say we put out our best team against Liverpool, we go for the game, and let's say it's similar to City when we lose 3 or 4-0. How deflating in a mentality point of view would that be towards Newcastle in a couple of weeks' time in the cup final? We can't allow our heads to drop, and I would much rather us kind of have an excuse to perhaps lose the game on Wednesday, or an excuse to perhaps not play as well as we normally would if you're putting out players that wouldn't normally play. So for me, I would much rather protect, I guess, the mindset of this squad and just go into that Liverpool match with a real horrible attitude of our B team out, just kick them all over, like just be horrible. Again, not a great game of sportsmanship in our point of view, and perhaps as a fan, a bit of an aggressive mindset. But again, I'm nervous about Liverpool. I can't lie, I'm dreading that game on Wednesday. But back here a week's time against Brighton in the FA Cup, so can't wait. Take care, and we will see you all in the next one.